Hello everyone and welcome back to Happy Acres for another video. First of all, I want to say thank you again for watching all the videos that have come out in 2021, and if you haven't seen it yet, please go and check out the trailer. I'll try and leave a link up here somewhere if I can. I'm still learning. But today's video is all about potatoes, and we are going to learn how to chint potatoes. But do you really need to use seed potatoes to grow? Let's find out. As I just said, do we need to use seeded potatoes to grow potatoes? So these are seeded potatoes. So they come in a net and they just look like normal potatoes. So these ones are Albert Bartlett's, and I paid £3.50 for these, and there is 2 kilos in there. And these are King Edwards, 2 kilos again, and I paid £3.25 for those. But do I really need those to grow potatoes? Can I not just use supermarket bought potatoes? These are Asda farmed, stored white potatoes. These cost 20 pence, and I have, I would say, around 2 kilos in there as well. So 20 pence, £3.50. Big difference. So, do I need to spend £3.50 to grow potatoes? The answer is no, you don't. You are more than able to use supermarket potatoes. Why? These are my reasons why. Simple thing is, at the end of the day, when you leave these potatoes in a cupboard from the supermarket and then you forget about them and you come back to them in a few weeks or months, you get all these little sprouty alien hands coming off them. That is the potato growing. That is the sprout of the potato looking for somewhere to bed itself to grow. So you are more than capable of growing potatoes with these. You don't need to spend the £3.50 like I have on these. So what's the difference? To be honest, there's not much. Let's have a look. So we'll cut open our 20 pence bag of potatoes, and we'll cut open our Albert Bartlett's potatoes. So what's the difference? One, colour. The Albert ones are just a tiny bit softer, where these are quite hard. These as well, the supermarket ones, I did this on purpose. These are out of date as well by about 2 weeks, and there's nothing wrong with them, so you can still eat them. That's just something I wanted to prove a point of. You can still eat them, they're not soft. There's nothing wrong with them. But I did that on purpose because if we look at both potatoes, if you look on this one, if I can get the camera in there, you can see the little sprouts there where the potato, this is where it will sprout from, this is where it will go in the ground and attach itself and spread out to produce potatoes. They're the same on our 20 pence bag of potatoes. There's not much difference. Some people will argue saying you can get more disease through just planting a normal potato than what you can planting a seeding potato. That is nonsense. I can tell you that because last year I did a trial. I spent at least, I think it was around £15 on seeded potatoes, and I spent around 20 pence on normal potatoes. I lost 2 bags of the seeded potatoes, so that's £7 I lost in money. Whereas if I'd planted a 20 pence bag and lost them, I wouldn't have really been that bothered because it's only cost me 20 pence. But when you're paying £3.50 and you lose them, it does hurt you in the pocket a little bit. So I'm going to show you a little trial that I want you to join me with, and I want this to be the Grow with Chris potato trial. So I'm going to show you now how we chint the potatoes. We're going to do two different ways with our potatoes, with our seeded ones and with our shop bought ones. So what do I need to chint potatoes? All you need is an egg box. That is it. Plastic one or cardboard one. It doesn't really matter because these can be used after for growing seedlings in. So particularly it doesn't really matter at all. So what I want to do is I want to do a grow with Chris. Let's call it. That sounds good. And I want to put up our £3.50 potatoes against our 20p shop bought potatoes. Just to prove that you don't need to spend a whole lot of money just to get a potato. It can be done just from your cupboard. So if you've got a bag of potatoes in there that might have already got sprouted, them alien arms are on about, then they're ready to go in another 4 or 5 weeks. But I just want to prove a point and do this as a Grow with Chris little series on potatoes. So we are going to put our potatoes against each other. So here I have our Albert Bartlett potatoes, and I'm going to put in 4, 5, 6, and in the other end I'm going to put in 6 of our 20 pence shop bought potatoes. These, look at the size difference though. So there we go. Yeah, I'm going to have to judge just a bit better. So there we go. Oops, a daisy. There we go. So there we go. Albert Bartlett's at £3.50 versus our 20 pence shop bought potatoes. Once these have chinted, we're going to put them into the ground at the same time next to each other. Now to chint your potato, it's as easy and as simple as lifting and placing in your windowsill, and that is it. There's no need for watering or anything like that. You just leave them in the windowsill, let the light come down to them, and it will start off with all these little nodules, I call them, on it, sprouting. As soon as they start to show, we leave them to grow just a little bit, maybe a centimetre or two, and then they want planting. We will be planting these next to each other because we want to basically trade off and see which one does better. You know, each potato should give you 5 potatoes, so each seed potato should give you 5 potatoes. So we're looking potentially at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 potatoes from there and 30 from there. Who knows what we're going to get? Don't be worried about diseases and things like that. As I said before, if anyone talks about blight, blight is airborne. Blight will attack the leaves first, but that's more common on tomatoes than potatoes. The one thing with potatoes is you've got to watch out for is frost, so they don't want to go in the ground too early at all. So there we go, that's the first one. So Albert Bartlett's versus our shop bought. But we're not going to stop there. We're going to get the other end, and we're going to get our King Edwards, and we're going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. Notice the size difference as well. I'm going to put big ones in 3, 4, King Edwards. Do you know what? We're going to go 5 each. So we've got our 5 King Edwards and we've got our 5 20p shop bought potatoes. Again, it's as simple as lifting and placing in the window and letting the light hit them to get them chinted, to get these little sprouts coming off so we can get them out to plant. Again, they will be planted side by side and we will follow this together as a journey and see, we'll see what is the best option for us. Is it paying the £3.50 or is it just getting the taters from back of your cupboard and using them and planting them? Which one will chint better? Just because it chints better doesn't mean it's going to give you a bigger crop. So what am I asking you to do? All I'm asking you to do is go in your cupboard, or if you can, go to your local supermarket, get a bag of taters that's in sale, that's out of date on that day, because they're not going to go off. Like I did, I paid 20p for these. All I want you to do is get a bag of cheap potatoes or whatever's in your cupboard and lay them on an egg tray or a plastic egg tray and put them in your window and chint them. You don't need to go out and buy the expensive seeded potatoes. I have done that for you. I just want you guys to do it with the shop bought potatoes, and together let's grow and see how we do. And let's send a message out. You don't need to spend £3.50. You can spend 20p and get good potatoes still. So there you go, guys. I'll leave pictures at the end of the video to show you where to place them. Place them where, again, you get the most sunlight in the day. The longer they're in the light, the better chance of getting them chinted early. Well, guys, I hope you try that and grow along with me. And like I said, for 20p, if it fails, or if they're in the back of your cupboard and it fails, we're not really losing anything. If you spend the £3.50 like I do on these and they fail, at the end of the day, it is a bit because you put all your time and effort into it. And last year when I grew my seeded potatoes and I was digging them up, I was not happy. I was like downbeat because they were poor. Some of them were really small, couldn't be used. Some of them had just rotted. Some of them it were pointless me planting them. And I didn't get as many as I wanted. But when I planted my shop bought potatoes, I didn't get a bad crop off them. They were okay. So that's why I thought this year we'd do a grow with me and we would do this experiment together. I will get I will get the seeded potatoes, and you guys and me will then just plant ordinary shop bought potatoes together. So the next process is we'll come back and check on them in 2 weeks time, and then we'll see where we go from there. But please join me on this journey and let's grow some lovely spuds together. But until next time, thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it. Some videos are obviously going to be better than others, but again, I appreciate all your support and all your views and all your comments, and I really like it when you leave those comments, and I like it when you give the thumbs up. Until next time, thank you and goodbye. Silly me. P.S. Don't forget to label them. I always forget something.